Sabian. You know, the shooting of this thing got so crazy. You know, my mother is in this as well. She has about 4 lines.
Yeah.
So my mom was slated to come in yesterday to record her part.
Right.
So on Sunday, I'm talking to my mother. She goes, I'm coming into the station Wednesday. You know, I have to get in there. They're sending a car. They promised me lunch. And I'm listening to this, and I went to myself, I've read the script. It's like 3 lines from my mother. Why don't they make it easy for my mom? Why don't they go out to our house with a tape recorder? Because the woman's like 80 years old. It's too much. She gets crazy when she has to come in here. She's like, she gets up at like 4 in the morning, even though they're picking her up at 11:30. And she has to get ready. She has to do her ablutions. I know her whole routine. I got to get up early and meditate. I want to get dressed. I want to make sure I'm on time. And they did promise me lunch, so I'm not going to eat lunch before I leave. And I'm listening to this, and I call up Tim, and I said, Tim, do me a favor. It's 4 fucking lousy lines that my mother has to record. Would you just send someone out there with a tape recorder to record these lines? Is that possible? Let's leave her out of coming into the city. Make her life easy.
Are they getting to the point where any movement is a hassle?
Yeah. So, and it's a hassle for me because I never hear the end of it.
Right.
So Tim calls me back. He says, no problem. Friday, we'll go out and record her. I'll cancel Wednesday. No problem. I'm taking care of it. Okay, end of that. I'm in there recording yesterday, and someone says, you know, your mother's coming in. I said, oh, that's strange. I thought Tim canceled it, but I guess you guys needed her to come in. All of a sudden, there's a panic. Evidently, they did cancel my mother.
But nobody told the production people.
Nobody told my mother.
Oh, no!
Yeah, nobody told my mother. My mother was sitting by the door yesterday from 8:30 on, waiting for a car. 11:30, I get a crying message from my mother. What kind of operation? I wish I should play it for you. I played it for Tim. I said, Tim, you know what? He goes, I forgot to call your mother. I apologize. I take personal responsibility. He says, can you imagine?
That's the worst thing you could have done.
Oh, my God. I said, Tim.
Make that mistake with Lise.
I said, Tim. He goes, what should I do? He sent her flowers. I said, fuck flowers. I said, you disrespected me. You disrespected my mom. I said, you're killing me. I said, you don't know what this does. I said, I'm going to play you a message now from my mother. There's 3 messages to Beth. 2 messages to me. I want to play you. She couldn't get a hold of anyone. She goes, I spent the whole day. I had to give up my time. And she's right. And I said, I don't understand something. You did me a favor. You're going out there Friday. Don't you have to tell her? Or call me and I'll tell her.
That would be the first phone call, don't you think?
I was out of my mind yesterday, and I'm picturing my mother waiting by the door.
And now they're going to take up 2 of her days because they want her Friday.
Yeah, and she goes, they're unprofessional. What's going on over there? What kind of people are working there? Is this what they're doing? And then I get her on the phone. And I go, Ma, I am so sorry. I said, this is terrible. I tried to make your life easy, and I got them to cancel this thing. And they didn't tell you.
Yeah, they made it harder.
Let me tell you, this is every time I do something with Sirius.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
I didn't want to tell you this, but the other time you sent a car for me, you.
And I said, Ma, it's not even me.
You're not handling a thing.
She goes,
the last time you sent a car for me, I'm sitting by the door. The driver shows up, and he says to me, oh, Mrs. Stern, I thought I was picking up a package. And this gentleman didn't even know he was picking me up. We got into the city. He didn't know where to go. He didn't know what entrance to get me in the building. God. I couldn't get in.
And I'm listening to this, and my blood is boiling.
Of course.
Because this is like the voice in my head I don't need to hear.
Yeah, at the very least, he doesn't need another tape of how he effed up.
And at first I get a hold of my father. I go, Dad, what's going on?
Your mother was waiting by the door.
I go, yeah, because I said, do you know what happened? I told them to cancel Mom and to make it easy for you guys not to have to come into the city.
They never called your mother.
I go, that's what I'm saying.
Why are they doing that? I'm going to go get your mother so you can explain it to her so she can hear this explanation.
Wow.
I'm like, all right, put her on the phone. Now I'm waiting for my mother.
Hello?
I mean, and my poor mother is sitting there all day waiting for this fucking car that wasn't coming because Tim didn't call her. So I got a hold of Tim. I said, Tim.
How does he do that?
I said, Tim, it's really hard for me. And meanwhile, I get all this news while 60 Minutes is taping.
Oh.
And I am blowing my lid. And then I went, uh-oh, there's a 60 Minutes camera on me. I just said, oh, it's fine, guys. No problem.
So now it'll be the story of how Sam deals with temperamental stuff.
Yeah, now I'll become the story that I'm an asshole. But I quickly caught myself and just acted like, okay, no problem. I've got it covered. I was out of my fucking mind. I was screaming and yelling at Beth in the car.
Well, what did he do when he canceled it?
He forgot to call my mother. He didn't tell anyone. He didn't tell anybody. He said, cancel it, and doesn't call my mother. And I said, Tim, the worst thing you could do to me in my life, I said, you could fuck up with me all you want. I can handle it. I said, it's my mom. It's my goddamn mother who is 80 years old. You know, you can't do that to me. Just call me up and I'll handle it.
The whole point was not to do this to her.
Right. And he
missed the point completely.
Oh, he killed me. Yesterday, you might as well have just driven a knife through my heart.
So while you could have been having a wonderful day, just taping this brilliant sitcom that Sam has written, instead...
I was so excited about the sitcom and how it went, and then I get clobbered with this, and I'm dealing with it the rest of the day. And I just wanted to hang myself. And then Tim's like... You know, and then I feel bad, too, and it's like Tim goes,
tell me what I need to do. I go,
There's nothing
to do. Then I'm on the phone with my mother.
Oh, there's all confusion. Oh, what's that? They sent you flowers. Oh, flowers, yeah. I don't need flowers.
I'm allergic.
No, she was just like, you know, and she was right. She didn't need the flowers.
Flowers doesn't make up for 4 hours of getting ready, getting up early.
No, you don't understand
sitting by the door.
When my mother gets the call to come in, it starts on Sunday. The taping was until Wednesday. It starts on Sunday.
They called me from your show. They want me to come in. I told them, okay, but what's the show? And then I asked them for a script, and John Hein, who I spoke with, said he's sending a script. And they sent no script. Why do they say they're going to send a script if they're not sending a script?
So they've been effing up since they got involved.
Yeah, and I'm like, leave my mother alone. So now the rule is no more my mother of anything, on anything. No more mother. Because every time they get involved
You're not going to tape the thing on Friday with her?
Well, that we have to do. She's in the script, unless I get Dana to play my mother.
Well, that's not happening.
No.
That's not happening.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that was my day yesterday, and I was going berserk, and I'm yelling at everyone and fucking miserable because when it's like my mother, please.
No, you don't have to tell me.
Yeah, oh, my God. It's the one Achilles heel, you know what I mean?
And I can relate to it, too, because my mother's only 60, and when she has to come into the city, cross that river, and you think she's fucking coming on the space shuttle.
You think she was George Washington crossing the Delaware. Oh, and we
Manhattan? Why do I have to come to Manhattan?
Well, listen, you know your father and I would do anything for you. It's hard for us. We're getting older.
I mean, it's like, oh, don't ask my mother to do anything. I don't want to hear the speech how it's hard for them.
I had a conversation with her once. Why do I have to go to Manhattan? Because that's where they show Broadway plays. Why can't they do it in Secaucus?
And then I
said, you know, and I know Tim tried to call.
I still haven't gotten a call from anyone. And I tried to call, some intern told me that we weren't coming in. No, and I hear my father in the background. That was Jared, Tim's assistant. Yes, Jared. He said to us that we were coming in, and then he never called. And what kind of organization are you running over there? This is a horrible, terrible thing they did to us.
And I'm like, oh, my God. You know, everything's the Holocaust. And it was horrible. And my mother was right.
Of course, absolutely. That's the problem, when they're really actually right. You're like,
people think I'm running this thing, you know, and it's got my name on it, and they're doing it for me. And then they're treated like shitheads. Holy mackerel, what a day yesterday. What a day.
Well, there's the next episode.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, I got to tell you, this thing Sam Simon wrote, I am so proud of it, and I can't wait for it to be here on our radio channels. You're going to love it. You know, because we're on satellite, this is what it allows us to do, stuff like this. And to have Sam Simon write it and the script be so brilliant, And I hope we did it justice. You know, I said to Sam, are we nailing this thing?
What do you do when you're in this? Because I'm wondering, can I sort of ad-lib? Can I take it somewhere if I see something?
Sam is really good. Like,
don't ad-lib.
Sam,
these words are pristine.
Sam really, he's great. He'll direct you through it. He'll set up exactly what's going on. He'll put me in context, because I don't know who this person is he's written. And it's great when he does it, he encourages you to ad-lib. Like, for example, what I do is I look through the script, and then I don't use the script. I know, I get my lines, and then I do
Oh, really? He lets you do that?
Yeah.
When I was reading it, I had a particular idea of who I was walking in and doing all that.
Yeah. Feel free to do it, and then maybe do one where he gets the exact line.
That's funny, because some writers, especially these guys, are like real uptight. A guy told me, this is a quick story, but... Can I tell you a quick story? A guy told me a hilarious story about Albert Brooks once, what he did to this actor, which was so funny. So there's this actor, a guy, you've seen his face a lot on a bunch of different things, and he's going to be in that movie Mother with Albert Brooks. So he's looking at the script, and Albert Brooks comes into his trailer, and he goes, I understand that you're very good at ad-libbing. Is that correct? And the guy goes, yeah, the guy came from an improv group. That's all you got to tell an actor. Like, I'm great at improv. You're going to just, right off the top of your head, you can just do whatever, go with it. Just to get an idea, and you're just fantastic at just improving. The guy's like, yeah, actually I am.
That's a good Albert Brooks impression.
And Albert goes to him, he goes, yeah, okay, on this, I'd like you to stick to the text. He goes, yeah, just do me a favor, don't change a goddamn word.
Because I'm a genius.
And we'll be fine.
You know what? When I was taping this thing, Ralph has a part in it. And it's a really funny part. The fans are going to love it. But I see why the fans don't like him. He's so arrogant. He walks in and he sits down. He
shot yesterday, too?
Yeah, he sits down. And, of course, 60 Minutes starts filming when Ralph is doing his part. So Ralph sits down, and I start to say to him, Ralph, when you do this part, do it like when you call me on the phone at home. And he goes, hey, I just sat down. I'm just looking at this for the first time.
Great. He yelled at you.
And like Beth and I were like, well, we're seeing this, too. We're doing this for the first time, too. I mean, he really is a character.
Yeah. Well, I could see yesterday him and John Hein had a question for me about something they wanted to play for me at one of the meetings at the Friday show. So they asked him my permission. And I could see the dynamic between him and John.
They hate each other.
But Ralph really...
Is that still going on?
Yeah, Ralph gets on John Hein's nerve like you would not believe.
But John was being very, like... it was somewhat sensitive to me, but ultimately I didn't care if they played it. And John was being very like, look, you tell me, and Ralph was just like, sort of telling me what to do and John what to do in a very sort of like whatever, what's the problem? And you can see that John gets sort of overridden by him sometimes. And I don't know, maybe I misinterpreted it, but John was like seething looking at him.
Hey, where's Tim anyway? So
Tim's staying out of here.
Yeah, then Tim and I had a phone conversation again last night because... we had to talk about some other stuff that was going on. But
now I know what Tim was going through because I stay
and I'm trying to hunt Tim down, and he's out. He's telling me he's out to lunch, and you know me, that makes me crazy. I go,
out to lunch.
And I was being vicious in the car. I go, I can't get this fucking guy on the phone. I go, he should eat less lunch. I said, look at the size of this guy. What's he with lunch? He doesn't eat lunch. I was so angry, man.
Wait, as you were telling that story,
and I even said to Tim last night, I go, Tim, you are the biggest-hearted guy on the planet. You're a great guy. I said, but you killed me. You fucking killed me.
Well, he doesn't have an assistant at his elbow every second. He should have somebody to say,
yes, he does.
I've seen you without somebody. There's nobody there right now.
Yeah.
Where is Jared?
You should never be without them.
What happened? Did you ever get a hold of my mom?
Yes, I did. I talked to her last night.
Yeah. How'd that go?
We had a good conversation.
Yeah, she's not going to be hard on Tim.
Yeah, right.
No.
Hello?
Tim, my son is running a horrible organization. It's not your fault.
I don't understand what happened.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, and we...
What'd you say to her?
I took responsibility for it, and it was a miscommunication, and, it was a mistake, and we'll go forward from there.
Yeah. A miscommunication?
Well, it's a bad one.
What was the miscommunication? No one communicated.
Yeah, they never told her a thing.
A miscommunication. I mean, I know
he
that's
missed the communication.
I even know that's like shitty stuff for you to be involved in and scheduling and stuff, but have somebody to handle it.
That's what I'm saying. He needs somebody who's, call Howard's mother and tell
ultimately,
her.
it falls on me, and I take the hit. And
I was like, I gotta fire Tim. I said, and I was pissed at Tim because Tim's doing a great job.
See, I was just beginning to think well of you again because I saw the group that's handling the tapes, and now you do this.
Yeah, he really.
That's my thing. I get things to a point, and then, I got to rebuild. So.
Yeah, man. Oh, you killed me yesterday, brother.
I'm sorry.
You couldn't do anything worse to me. I mean, my mother, she was making me fucking... How about that tape I played you, my mother?
I know.
Oh, you played him?
Oh, I said, Tim, I want you to hear my mother on the phone to me in a panic.
Now you know what's driven me to this.
Crying.
Well, and the rest of the day... And the rest of the day, I mean, I couldn't think. I mean, I walked in the house last night. My wife goes, "You all right?" I'm like, "Just let me sit here." I shut my phone off. I sat there and
killed me.
And I went to bed and I stared at the ceiling literally till 2 o'clock.
Wow.
And then I got up this morning at 4 and I said, "All right, I'm out of here. Let's go." And she goes, "Hi, goodbye." I'm like, "Whatever."
Man,
you got to start drinking, man.
I had the worst day. And then I felt guilty because I gave Tim the worst day. And then I went, well, wait a second, let Tim have a bad day. I just had a shit day, too.
Why do you always feel bad that you just had a bad day? You give it to somebody else, and then you feel bad again.
I know.
We're doing so many things around here right, and it feels so good. And then to have something like that happen, it happened, and now I've got to go forward. So we will go forward.
Yeah. We're in a rebuilding mode.
Well, we take on so much, and we're trying to do everything, and something at some point had to go wrong, and why this? Why this?
Yeah, Tim's kind of like the battering ram around here. Like, whenever, upper management needs me to do something, they come to Tim to convince. Like Scott Greenstein, whenever he has something he doesn't really feel comfortable asking me, he sends Tim in to ask me.
Well, you know what? I see Tim walking through the halls here sometimes, and it looks like smoke is coming out of his ears. Yeah,
I told Tim, Tim, don't be Scott's messenger boy. Well, just let Scott call Don or me. And
stay out of that stuff.
Stay out of that shit.
Well, it's a unique position that I have, and I'm in, and I just have to do the best I can, and I serve a lot of people, and I just want to do what's right.
Just serve my mother properly, please. I don't care about all the rest of these
She's top
people.
priority. Yeah. Everybody else is after her.
Oh, my God.
Well, I was talking.
I wish my mom was on the phone now. She would lace into you.
As you were telling that story, I said, please tell me it's not that he forgot to tell your mother.
That never occurred to me.
Right.
That never occurred.
Forgot to tell producer.
I wish I could find that message. I bet you I have it, too.
Howard, talking to your mom and my mother, they are exactly
so you know how it is.
Same.
There's a couple of funny things going on. First of all, what you were talking about with Tim serving a lot of masters and stuff, I got to say, I feel for the dude. I see him walk out of offices, like almost walking sideways. Yeah. And sometimes it's so...
Why? Who's on your tail?
There's just a lot of moving parts in this.
He gets a lot of pressure, Howard, from a lot of places.
Who's pressuring you?
Well, there's just a lot of things to be done. With the Bubba show, I mean, that's a whole thing. And with the Pharrell, there's a lot of things. The news department. I mean, there's just a lot of moving parts to this thing, and you try to do your best in order to make this thing work. And it's a total awareness sport. From the time I get up in the morning to the time I go to bed, you've got to put your ear to this thing. You've got to make sure that everything is right.
Right, and then you have the cabbie show going on.
Right, we're developing things.
He's negotiating with Riley of all things.
Yeah,
right. and it's negotiating with Riley.
It's pie plates on a stick. And
I know how good I'm thrilled that you're here.
I understand.
I'm the guy who wanted you here.
But I'm going to say, I see Tim take a lot of crap. Sometimes when Tim will come, sometimes Tim and I will go into a stranger's office just to get away from everybody and decompress. But the other thing that's weird.
Just don't ask my mother to do anything anymore.
But the other thing that's weird that I feel really bad for you. So everybody was involved in when it comes to your mom, she gets handled differently. So
she evidently gets absolutely not handled.
She's not handled at all.
So what happened was when they went to schedule her, generally I would have made the call to get her to come.
Right.
She doesn't like to talk to. She doesn't know too many different people.
Right.
I was out last week, so John Hein made the call. But John Hein made the call as a courtesy to the people that were running it. It wasn't. No one ever told John that they. In other words, you guys decided that she was.
Well, then John fucked up by not touching or he promised her a script. In my mother's mind,
that might have been a problem. Yeah. But what happened was I felt so bad for John because I was just talking to him and he called her to apologize, and he was trying to explain it to her. She just said, "I made the deal with you." You know what I mean? Like
right.
she just.
But
really, it wasn't his fault. It's not his fault at all.
No, it doesn't matter. In my mother's mind, my mother knows that you guys are all screwballs. That's all she knows.
This is a bad organization.
She knows that you told her to come in. She set aside the time. And believe me, she starts planning Sunday night for Wednesday. Well,
it's a big deal.
Yeah, like even my daughter wanted to go over and spend the day with her grandma and stuff, and like she was like,
I can't do it Wednesday. I'm taping. The car is coming for me at 11:30. They promised me lunch.
My day is tied up.
And they promised me lunch.
And then when I heard my mom go, they promised her lunch, I know there's not going to be a lunch.
And that she's planning her whole day now of eating around that lunch.
And like,
we're old people, and they promised lunch. And
one time, evidently, she came up here to do Meet the Sterns, and they promised her dinner, and there wasn't dinner.
Right.
And there was no dinner, and your father and I are hungry. After all, we have our schedule, and we have habits. And it wasn't here, but we didn't say anything. We don't want to make trouble. But they did promise us a meal, and there was no meal.
And I'm like, I sit there and I go, oh, my God in heaven, why do they ask my parents to do anything? I don't want them asking them to do anything. And when I heard my mom on Sunday say to me,
we're coming in.
Then I was mad because they didn't even tell me my parents were coming, and they arranged it themselves.
Right.
We're coming in, and the car is coming 11:30, and they promised us lunch. And I'm going to have a sandwich at Sirius.
I said, they promised you lunch?
So I'm not eating.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I know for sure when they come there won't be a sandwich here with the lunch routine. Because my mom will get here.
They didn't have lunch for us. And your father said, I was going to say something, and your father told me not to. That's right. I'm not going to tell them they told us. And they told us we were having a sandwich. And you know me, I will tell people. But look, they didn't have that sandwich there. And so I
was going to ask for something, and Ben told me no.
And you know your father and I, we're hungry. Look, I would have made my own sandwich. I would have, and then I'm like, I would have made my own sandwich if they just told me.
You know, Ma, you're absolutely right, Ma. You're eating my heart out. I'm so upset. These guys don't know what they're doing.
I mean, it's a common courtesy. And let me tell you, I was never going to tell you this because your father told me not to. But the last time they sent a car for us, the driver said he thought he was picking up packages. And I got into the city. He didn't even know how to get into the building.
I know, Ma, you're eating my heart out.
I know. Your father told me not to bring this up. But look, I'm not blaming you. No. But when they tell you they're sending a car, and I'm standing by the door, and then I called Tim's office, and no one answered. And I spoke to Beth at 8:30, and she said she was going to see me.
Beth wouldn't know what was going on, Ma.
Well, that's when I thought we were still coming in.
Oh, my God, the fucking night I had, Tim.
Me too.
They don't realize when an 80-year-old person sets up their day, the meals are already in there. And they don't eat more meals. So if you say lunch, that lunch has to be there.
They know when they're shitting.
That's right.
Actually, I do too as well.
Your father and I don't eat that.
I want to know, like, the chain of command. Like, your mother gave you shit, you gave Tim shit. Tim, do you give anybody shit?
I hope so.
It stops here. It stops here.
The shit stops there. You want to know something, man? Anything else I can deal with.
Howard, I know what you're talking about.
It's my mother.
That mother's voice is in your
I know. My poor mother's standing by the door, waiting for this fucking car, planning since Sunday night. I'm telling you, my mother must have gotten up extra hours early so she'd be ready.
Your father and I took our showers, and we ate breakfast early because we knew when we got there we'd have lunch.
So now when she's sitting,
it's like,
waiting.
We haven't eaten for 3 days, so we can fully enjoy that sandwich.
But wait a minute. She's dressed and ready to go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No one ever called her. She's just standing there waiting. She spent her whole fucking goddamn day waiting for the car.
Tim, you can yell at me. Give me shit. You can
dude, totally. You know what? I kind of feel like I don't get respected around here because I never fire anyone, and no one ever, like I'm sort of the good guy. I really am. I mean, people think I'm a dick. I'm not.
Well, when you listen to somebody like Gene Simmons, who fires people for looking at him.
Right.
You think, well, what's wrong with you?
Hi, Ma. Mom.
Yes.
Hi.
How do you do?
Thank God.
How do you
What do you mean, thank God?
I'm having a horrible friggin' time from this, what they did to you.
Howard, stop it already. I overreacted. I understand
No, you didn't.
that.
You didn't.
But don't carry on and don't make out something that wasn't.
What? I'll play your message for everybody.
Well, I was upset.
You were in tears practically at the end of the thing. If people heard it, they would... I was upset, too. I mean, I beg these guys, if you're going to do my mother, just do it the right way.
Well, I told Tim. I spoke with Tim last night. I'm terribly sorry.
You're sorry.
Have a night's sleep.
He didn't have a night's sleep. He shouldn't fucking sleep for a month. I didn't sleep.
Oh, well, I slept.
Yeah, thank goodness.
You did sleep. Good. Thank God.
Thank goodness you slept.
Because the call would have been...
Last night, I couldn't sleep.
And it would start all over
And
again.
you know your father and I are sleeping.
I don't talk like that. Stop it.
I know you don't talk like that. I'm doing an impression, but it's completely wrong.
You always exaggerate.
In fact,
you want to know something, Howard? I love you because you're a great son, and you were upset for me.
I was.
And that was good for me.
And he runs a crappy organization.
Yeah, and by the way, Ma, looking at the size of Tim's stomach, I think he ate your sandwich.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Was it good?
I got to tell you, they did have...
What kind of a sandwich was it, Tim?
They did have sandwiches here.
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, while you were suffering at your house, Tim was out eating lunch.
I missed out on the sandwiches.
Yeah, well...
That's aggravating.
It was an aggravating day, and I'm sorry.
It was very aggravating. I got upset because there were a lot of things on the fire for yesterday, and...
what did you cancel?
I canceled an appointment that is important to me, but I felt
actually, she was supposed to get together with my niece yesterday, and for my mother, that's important.
That's of course important.
That was important to me. It's very important to me. So you know, I had things to do, and then your father. He said, I'm going with you, and he gave up his day, which was very nice. You know, I appreciate these things.
Well, that was great of him, yeah.
Yes. And so, you know, and then I began to feel bad for Tim.
Oh, fuck that.
I mean, really and truly.
Tim's fine.
You feel bad for Tim. Listen. I tried in my most desperate way to make this easy for you, to have the guys come out and record these dopey 3 lines. I told Tim he's not to book you for anything unless he calls me first. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, all right, it was a mistake, but Howard, you carry on.
Oh, I carry on. Ma, I'm playing your message on the air so people can hear.
Play my message.
I will.
I was upset. I agree. And your father tried to call me, and I said, no. This time I'm upset, and that was it, and I just allowed myself to get out of hand, and I really was out of hand.
No, you should have been upset.
You should have been upset.
Well...
You had every right to be.
Well, all right. But
all right, I'm sorry.
And don't eat his kishkas out.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
Well, there's kishkas on the table.
Kishkas will be eaten.
Mrs. Stern.
Ma, who would you like me to fire?
I don't want you to fire anybody. Are you crazy?
Mrs. Stern, once again, I apologize.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do.
Well, listen how nice.
I said she,
listen how nice.
She will never be what she should be.
Oh, I wish my mother could have gotten a hold of him yesterday.
Well, that's it. See, now I got a hold of John, and I wasn't nice to him.
Oh, really?
No.
I really wasn't.
John's such a nice guy.
Poor John. John Hein, by the way, had nothing to do with it. He was told to call you, but I mean,
he really wasn't involved.
Tim, why didn't you just tell my mother it was canceled? It would have been so easy.
You know what?
I mean, all it was a phone call, but you know, the clue was this. I was promised the script. And I never got the script, and I should have known that something was wrong, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I said, oh.
John, why did you promise my mother a script if there is no script?
She wanted a script, but it was in the middle of being rewritten, so we put in a note to have it FedEx to her the next day, whatever, and it didn't get there. Again, I made the call. They asked me to make the call. No problem. I had a wonderful time with your mom when we did Meet the Sterns, and that's why I called you, Mrs. Stern.
So who did you send the note to?
I sent it to, I think, programming in general, Tim, like the whole team.
So that was you too, Tim?
And that felt...
They disrespect my mother.
But I felt, I mean, Mrs. Stern, when I spoke to you yesterday, I felt awful. I mean, absolutely awful.
I know you did, and I felt dreadful for you. And then I said, oh, my God, this poor guy must be suffering so. And I felt bad.
The only guy who suffered, evidently, was me.
John, you slept all right last night.
Yeah, everybody slept fine.
No. That was very sweet to me, that you were so upset for me. That was very nice, and I appreciate that.
All right, listen, here's the new rule, Ma, and I want everyone to hear this. Now, you guys got to still get the tape of my mother doing her 4 lines.
But after
that...
What could I say in 4 lines that's so important? I don't understand.
Well, I don't know either. But listen to me. From now on, my parents are off limits. We're done with them. As if they died. God forbid. But as if they no longer... In other words, my parents... I don't have parents. I'm an orphan. All right? And leave them alone. And if there is something you need them for, call me.
His office will take care of it.
I will take care of it personally. You see?
Okay.
You hear what I just said?
I heard it.
What did I just say?
You just said that I'm off limits and that in the future, if anything needs to be done, you will handle it.
So, Ray, if you get a call from somebody from this office...
What are you to do? Hang up.
Don't even get started. Don't get started with
I'm not doing. I don't hang up on people, and you know that, and cut it out.
Ma, what about quickly before you have to go, what about the world situation? What should be done about all of the wars?
You know, Howard.
Here we go.
It's just too dreadful for words. It's just too dreadful for words. And don't, I don't know. All I know is I just want it all to stop. And if people have to stop killing one another. This is just a dreadful, dreadful thing we're going through. And,
well, I'm not announcing, but I've talked to Robert about me possibly running for president because the war will be over in a day. I can make that come true.
Wow.
You understand?
It never should have been. And it's heartbreaking, and everybody is suffering from it. And why we have to suffer in this world is ridiculous.
Tim.
It's a wonderful world. It's a wonderful world.
Why did Tim make you suffer? That's a good question.
Tim didn't make me suffer. Tim just got me angry.
All right. Ma, go ahead. Go enjoy your day. I won't take up any more of your
time. What's on the agenda today?
What do you do? Oh, today she is spending the day...
And the moral of the story is to concentrate on what you're doing. That's all.
That's right, Tim. Did you get that?
You know what my mother said to me? She goes,
It's so true how these people don't put the energy into their jobs.
And I said, yeah.
They do their job. They don't pay attention to what they have to do.
Well, people are so, stressed that they have so much on their mind, and they don't, they can't focus in, and that's the good thing of meditating. Everybody that meditates gets rid of some of the stress in them, and then they can focus better and do their jobs better and concentrate.
Tim, maybe you ought to meditate. If my mom goes into her TM lecture to you?
Yeah.
That'll be punishment enough.
They don't understand what it is. But people don't understand what a wonderful thing meditation.
Tim is very unenlightened.
And
he's very low on the evolutionary scale.
He's totally stressed out.
Yeah. You can't judge him, Howard.
I'm judging. Last night, Tim beat his wife over this.
Oh, God forbid.
You would never do that. Your wife could probably beat you up. All right, Mom, thank you.
I love you all.
And my mother, you asked what her agenda is today. Yes. She's getting together with my daughter, her granddaughter.
I have 5 granddaughters I have to concentrate on.
Yes, and so you're going to spend the day. That's wonderful.
Yes, it is, Robin. I enjoy that.
Not bad.
Thank you.
All right, see you all soon.
Sorry, Mom.
Bye-bye.
I got to play you the tape of my mom from yesterday. Holy shit, when you hear this. Was that some tape? I don't even know if I saved it. I got to go see if I saved it. Whew. Oh, my God. What a misery.
I just pictured her sitting there all dressed.
Looking
for the car. Oh, what a mess.
And can you picture her, taking her clothes off?
Oh, what a mess.
Actually, I don't want to picture that.
No, but, the meltdown she must have had that your father had to endure.
You don't know. It was a whole, now she's all calm.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel bad.
Everybody she feels bad for.
It was a whole day of this.
When a 25-year-old chick has to get dressed, that's a big deal.
Then my mom is meditating, so she takes the phone off the hook, and now I'm trying to get in touch with her for 2 hours, and all I'm getting is that friggin' busy signal.
That's when I called you.
Oh, she's not the easiest person to get a hold of. All right, look, we got to take a break. I'm going to go look for that message. Maybe I'll be able to find it. One more time. Oh, we're back? What did you do? I don't even know.
I played Mark Farner.
Oh, from yesterday. Yeah. Mark Farner looks like Jackie the Joke Man Marley.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and some people sent me an email with pictures of those guys. I didn't realize you were in a song. I was out finding that message from my mom.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I found it.
Howard, this is Mom. The station did a terrible thing. They called me. They told me they want me to come in. They're sending a car for me at 11:30. 11:30 comes and goes. Nobody comes. Nobody calls. Dad was smart. He calls the station, and some intern told him.
Tim's assistant, Jarrett.
Jarrett tells him that he'll find out about it. He finds out, they don't want you today. They changed their mind. They'll call you Friday. And they never called. They never sent the script. They said they were going to send the script. What kind of business is this? What kind of a way to do business is this? This is dreadful. I'm very upset about it. Bye-bye.
When I got that call, forget about it. My head was spinning. And that was after I finished recording at 3 o'clock. And I'm frantically trying to call her. I'm calling Tim. I can't get a hold of Tim. I'm screaming, what's he doing at lunch? He's too fat anyway. Shouldn't be eating lunch. I mean, I was out of my mind.
He could skip a few lunches.
Yeah. I was out of my fucking mind. I mean, really. Pardon my French.
But you see, she was very upset. And well, she should be. Because she spent her whole morning based on what they told her.
All right. I just had to play you that.
Yeah, that's...
That was great.
That's great. I mean, it's just one of those issues. It's black and white. Tim fucked up. And that's it.
There's no getting around it.
I know, because now it's like it's just all awkward.
People fuck up. What do you know?
Yeah, here, I'll cheer you up. Here's something fun to listen to. This is, cheer me up. ODB calling a woman.
That was good.
You know, ODB lives on.
From the grave.
Yeah, he lives on because we have the tapes.
Hello?
Motherfucker don't be saying no bad shit about me.
Who the hell is this?
My name's Dirt Dog.
Dirt Dog? Well, we don't know a Dirt Dog.
Dirt Dog is not the one to be fucked with.
Yeah, and I ain't the one to be fucking with either.
I ain't talking about all that.
Well, I am.
Get the fuck out of here.
Go to my fucking house. What the hell wrong with you? You crazy or something? Motherfucker, I ain't gonna be not answering my phone for some bullshit with you. Stop calling my motherfucking house.
Get the fuck out of here.
You get the fuck out of here. You think I don't know you calling me from a 212 number, bitch?
Who, me?
Fucking call my house no more.
Who, me?
Dead ass serious.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
My name's Dirt Dog.
I don't give a fuck what your name is. What the fuck you keep calling my house for?
I'm all about me right now.
Yeah, and I'm all about me too, motherfucker. So don't call my fucking house no fucking more.
I don't play that shit.
And I don't play it either.
Whatever, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck either. Don't call my number no fucking more.
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please, too. That's all you can say. That's all that's in your vocabulary. Is nigga, please.
Let's just get on with our lives and shit, you know what I mean? That's what I want to do.
That's right, my brother, because I don't fucking know you. Don't fucking call my fucking phone no more. Because I'm not going through this bullshit, you crazy motherfucker. Don't call my fucking house no more.
Right. ODB.
I got to say, you're right. That's fascinating. They should tape that stuff, because I was back working with Richard and Sal yesterday. Sal was making that call, and I had no idea he was doing it.
Oh, yeah?
It looks like he's on the computer.
He's just typing.
Yeah.
And those guys are so good. And so I went back there today, and Artie got in to try to make a phone call to that guy on the public access show.
God.
Hey, guys, where is that? Do I have that?
You got the visual.
Oh, here it is. I have it.
The visual of that guy trying to work that show, with calls coming in, is so funny.
Page 1 in what? Preview page 1 in gray. Yeah, I think I have it here.
I think you dragged it over.
I thought so, too. Is this it? Richard and Sal Piss Off Harlem show?
No, it's Richard Salinardi.
Richard Salinardi, it's called? All right, got it.
I was going to try to do a black voice, but then Sal said try Johnny Fratto. And you
got cut off.
I got one quick line in this Fratto, and the guy was like,
this is great. This is the public access show, and these guys are back there taping. Fortunately, Richard had his little video camera and got Artie doing this, because Artie's cracking up the whole time.
Oh, I was watching this guy, the visual. And,
so you can see who you're calling.
Oh, Robin, it's so funny.
And it's going to be on Howard TV, because Richard did it. But,
wonderful.
Yeah, I got to get those guys on demand with a camera back there.
Phelan was there. Phelan was there.
I don't know. For some reason, he couldn't get it. He said he had no sound.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I didn't know what was... That's a whole other situation I have to clear up. But, anyway, these guys... Listen to this. This is a public affairs show. And they work in every piece of tape you can possibly get in. They're driving this guy nuts.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Hugs for Harlem show. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Vibe Magazine. Big shout out to Lyrical Princess. You know what I'm saying? Hugs for Harlem is showing some videos. Let's hope we get a good caller today. I'm not going to get mad. You know, somebody told me, y'all saw the other show, you was getting angry at them dudes at Sirius Satellite. You know what I mean? But listen, we're going to expose the devil today. If he calls, listen to him, sisters. Because this is who you work for and who love you. But then, you know what I'm saying, you try to disrespect your own brother, your black king, your black lord. All right? Hello?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's good?
Hey, great show today. I really enjoy your show each week.
Thank you, brother. Who's this?
This is Jerome from Vibe, actually.
All right.
Hey, I got a big black cock at you. Might won't be interested in sucking.
I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know.
Come on.
All right, man. You a faggot, Carl. I'm not going to get mad, though. You heard him, right? You heard his brother, right?
What's so great? And Artie's...
He thinks Richard is a brother?
Artie's back there laughing so much that I'm wondering how you're even going to make a phony phone call. Because Artie...
Yeah, how are you going to pull it together?
These guys have all 7 lines clogged up. And
they got all 7 of the guys' lines all lit up.
Absolutely. It's a wild operation. And I want you to see this on Howard TV, how they do it.
You know what I mean? But see, that's the devil. And I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you, you devil, you lying wonder, you lying wonder, calling me up with this food for Kentucky. Let's hear who this brother is, who this idiot is calling me. Hello?
My name's Dirt Dog.
What's up, Dirt Dog?
I got love for them niggas, but nigga, please.
All right, man.
Dirt Dog is not the one to be fucked with.
All right, homie. Thanks, man. You got anything to say?
Put it that way. Don't fuck with Dirt Dog.
All right, baby. Much respect, brother.
Don't fuck with us. We don't fuck with y'all. Leave us the fuck alone. Stay the fuck off our back.
All right, homie.
Fuckers.
Okay. All right, yo.
You can tell he was afraid of Dirt Dog.
Hey, he's not messing with him. He's got much love and much respect.
All right.
I bind the very powers in the works of Satan right now that's trying to calm my show. Let it be positive, peaceful energy.
Oh,
hello?
Goodness.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, who's this?
I love a black cock.
Calling me on some stupidity, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What's up?
You're a good announcer on the airwaves.
What's good, man?
Howard Stern is the man.
Yeah, okay.
Big woman with the big...
Tell him to make me a donation, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if Howard Stern want to make me a donation, that's cool, man. But, yo, you know what I mean? They ain't got nothing better else to do but call my show. And I thank Howard Stern for watching my show because, you know what I'm saying, that's the only time he gets some kind of recognition and publicity over foolishness. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even going to, you know what I mean? Hello? Hello?
Can I tell you a quick story?
That was Artie.
Yeah.
I look at...
They cut him right off after that.
That's it. He couldn't even get it out.
How did he know that was... I mean, that sounded like a nice call.
I think he was just so, like...
gun-shy.
Yeah. I mean, you got to see the visual of this guy. He doesn't know what... He's floundering. He doesn't know what to do.
And last time, and I got a little upset, a little frustrated. You see Howard Stern calling my show, you know what I'm saying? Because he liked the Hugs for Harlem show. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, son. Big Hal calling my show. You know what I mean? Yo, why he call on my show? Yo, Howard, how can I get on your show, man? How can I get on your show, man? Hello?
Howard Stern. King of...
See? Howard Stern. Ain't no nothing. Thank you, Howard, for watching me, baby.
You king of nothing.
Thank you, Howard.
Hello? You have some kind of problem. Do you have a problem?
Look, see, that's nothing but the devil, man. Nothing but Satan. You see what I'm saying? Nothing but...
Can you recognize all that? That was Ronnie, the limo driver.
Yeah.
The works of the devil. You know what I'm saying? Don't like to hear the truth. Don't like to hear it. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Stern? Hello?
You suck.
God is good. God is good. See? When you walk with the Lord, even the devil, he can't... God confuse the devil. He'll confuse Satan. And he can't even do what he planned to do.
Meanwhile, this, I think, is a sports show.
You should.
We're turning it into a religious show.
You should have him on.
Yeah, we gotta have him on.
You got to see the visual.